a sinkhole devours your fire. Give it up or dive in after it. An old swamp saying. Another old swamp saying went, when dealing with a troubled and troublesome MOLGRIM, do not light a fire beneath her, but help her build one from within.
Oh, my neck hearkens the anguished howls of the MOLGRIM, and the bitter patter of feet. A somebody and its flame, albeit a small one. 'Tis enough, perhaps. The MOLGRIM's precious shards, they must be returned to her lair, to her cauldron. Only then may the cleansing fire burn.
Oh. Don't eat me! Well, if you're not gonna gobble me up, then can you maybe take me away from here? Please? Somewhere closer to Nobodyville and away from here. Get me out of this neck hole, please. I'm begging you on my bare chin, and I'll pay you for the effort. Handsomely with a beautiful shard from the MOLGRIM's cauldron. Take me back to Nobodyville, please. I can't take this tension much longer. Oh, I should have stayed in my heady hole.
I appreciate the
Phew, thanks for saving my neck. And I think I have a reward for you. A real treasure. There you go. One of the 3 missing shards from the MOLGRIM's cauldron. Yeah, I stole it. Oh, I thought I could maybe buy me some kind of ticket away from, well, everything. Start anew, you know? A good head on a pair of healthy, strong shoulders. Eyes on the horizon. Gosh, the horizon. Do you know I haven't seen it once since I lost my body? I really do miss my body. It's a real shame when you think about it, you know? The things that we do to ourselves, to one another. What we did to her, kind. All in the name of some sort of control. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I guess I'm sad. Sad and sorry. Hey, thanks. You're a great listener. You know that? Just take care of that shard now. And maybe put it back where it belongs and... yeah. Goodbye.
It's easy to lose one's head when everything you love is either gone, broken, or dead. Yet another forgotten swamp saying.
Hands up! Ready! Up! Break with your boots! Take with your hands! Full of fire! The fire is ours! Take the charge! Take the fire!
Good evening. Or is it morning or afternoon? Hard to tell without a sun, isn't it? No, it is most certainly night. Or moonbirds hooting wouldn't make sense at all. Speaking of sense, will you help an old bird find some in this story? Fire up these dusty murals in the right order, and you will receive a present, a little gift, yes. Bring the fire to the story. As the heads roll, the time, and as the heads roll, the time of the MOLGRIM begins anew. Once upon a time, the MOLGRIMs lived in peace. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. I'm growing impatient and hungry. Try a different order. Once upon a time, the MOLGRIMs lived in peace. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intriguing. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. The battle ended. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. Not the way the story blows. Once upon a time, the MOLGRIMs lived in peace. The valley was taken, but then began the battle of the bodies. Intriguing. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. The battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. And as As the heads roll, the time of the MOLGRIM begins anew. Peace ended when the violent somebodies invaded the valley. Peace ended. The valley was taken, but the battle ended with a great, gruesome beheading. For time immemorial, the MOLGRIMs had lived in the valley in peace, sharing good eatings and howlings around their fire, which they had inherited from the skies. Then one terrible night came the violent somebodies. They hunted the MOLGRIMs for sport and took their fire for themselves. But the somebodies knew not what they were dealing with, for as soon as they held the fire in their grubby hands, they began to fight one another with it. To save themselves from themselves, the cunning heads turned on their bodies and organized a great meeting. And so it was that somebodies became nobodies, and the bodies were exiled. A time of peace would ensue, or so the headlings thought. The last living MOLGRIM had been biding her time, and saw now an opportunity to return and take bloody vengeance upon the heads, who were now left defenseless without their bodies. Of the MOLGRIM begins anew. A storied meal indeed. Moonbird thanks you for feeding her and proudly upholds the promise. A gift. A shard from the MOLGRIM's own cauldron. It looked so shiny in the moonlight. Moonbird simply had to take it. For now, she'll see you in the light.
She'd never been much for company until she had met the other one. He had shimmering scales, an appetite for life, and carried a faint scent of rotting leaves she found irresistible. Oh, how they used to laugh at the distant stars, bitterly, together.
The howls of the MOLGRIM have gone with the wind, and our headaches settled into gentle throbbing. Thank you, somebody, for you have not only graciously saved our necks, but also demonstrated the value of brain mass and heart blob working together. Could it be time for the bodies to return? We must convene on this matter, and you and your wandering flame must now leave through our gates and keep on walking the midnight walk to Moon Mountain.
Moon Mountain!
Here you go, somebody. This key will open the town gates. Blech. The mountain once again beckons, and the call is answered. Fare thee well, and take good care of your flame. The dark itself is hungry.
Bodies might be returning it now. I've had enough. First it was the big MOLGRIM hunt, and then they forced us out into that God-forgiven swamp. I hate hiking. And then when we had nothing left to hunt, we started fighting each other. And then Mr. Mayor gets this grand idea that we should chop our own heads off and banish our bodies. How does that even scientifically work? I've had enough of civilization.
Back from a little swamp detour, huh? Hope the heads didn't give you too much trouble. At least your head looks attached to its shoulders and your friend's is, well, burning. So do not despair. Should you once again lose your way along the midnight walk, you're probably meant to.
We MOLGRIMs have a special relationship with fire. We do not cook over it. We do not shed tales around it. We care not for its warmth. Ours is a different connection entirely. Fire is our window to truth and into the world beyond clay, to which we must return. We are noble beings, bringers of bugs, slime, and mushrooms to help decompose the old and to bring about the new. We are the caretakers of this world, and woe be to those who seek to end us, for they
Dreadful was the day when the sun vanished. The waters dried up, birds went quiet, and the dark itself seeped unchecked into the work table as the cold, chewed paper moon rose over the mountain. The night that followed would be long as the midnight walk.
I had a flame once. It was beautiful and bright, spread its light, brought me and my neighbors warmth. and it was always hungry. No matter how much I fed it, it kept on growing and growing, and one day it got big enough to start walking the long road. I didn't guide it. It dragged me along for the ride. I followed it for a long time. Would the road ever end? What was the point of the walk? Things kind of spiraled. Road took me on dangerous detours that didn't make sense. Before I knew it, my flame began to fade until it... Well, I don't think I was meant to carry this flame.
There once was a freezing cat who was looking for shelter when she came across a dark cave. "Step into my abode," offered the dark. "It will warm you if you surrender your wants."
The story goes of a nameless maker who pulled creative spark from the dark itself without giving it fire. With his dark source, he managed to create swaths of land in no time. The dark itself waited for a gift of fire, but the maker just kept on taking. Too busy building his crooked fences and watchtowers, kept his fire locked away in his chest. One day, he decided to create the first people to inhabit and appreciate his creation. It was then that the dark corrupted the maker's clay, guided his greedy hands into creating not people, but the first of the fire-eating crawlers. And they crawled into this world absolutely starving.
Dark's eyes were much too big and watchful for the cat's liking. She went on to find warmth somewhere else. that sought, rooftops piercing the sky. Approaching the town, she was greeted by a crone. "Come, kitty, kitty, you must be tired. Sit in my lap, share your soft fur, and I shall warm you for a spell."